The modern-day billionaire and millionaire are well known to us, but little is known about the wealthy people of the past. Today, we'll introduce you to one such influential figure known as John D. Rockefeller, who is the first American billionaire, an oil tycoon, the richest person in modern history, and one of the wealthiest Americans of all time. Founder of the world's first, largest Standard Oil company controlling 90% of U.S. oil, John D. Rockefeller is considered one of the most successful men in the world and a great philanthropist of his time. As a modest upstate New Yorker, he entered the oil business in 1863 by investing in a refinery in Cleveland, Ohio. By the time of his death, he was the richest in the country. Curious about how he achieved all this in his life? Well, stay tuned as we share 10 rules of wealth by John D. Rockefeller that are sure to have a significant impact on your life as well. Rule number 10. Take time for planning your next moves. John D. Rockefeller said, "He who works all day has no time to make money." Rockefeller believed that a person working all day just to make money will not have enough time to learn about innovative ways to move forward. He believed that just working for money is not a big deal, but how you choose to spend that money is a big deal. And the only way you're able to know how to spend money the right way is when you have time. Time to think consciously about your purpose. Time to research and find the best investment opportunity. Time to start working on your side hustle or business. See, instead of giving our all into our daily jobs, we should instead consciously take some time off to think about and research opportunities on how to make more money, create passive income streams, and build assets. This can be done through leveraging money, time, ideas, side hustles, and more. Because at the end of the day, your 9 to 5 can't make you wealthy, but your business will. So in order to move forward in our lives, we need to revisit our daily schedule, and we need to strategize our time doing something more productive, more profitable. Rule number 9. Be brave and aim for greatness. According to John D. Rockefeller, don't be afraid to give up the good, to go for the great. John D. Rockefeller was always a risk taker and never afraid to risk anything, even the good, to get great. In fact, he went from being a good employee to becoming a great entrepreneur. Rockefeller wasn't known to be someone who would sit there and wait for opportunities to find him. Instead, he'd search for opportunities and take risks, sacrificing the good he had for a better future. Moreover, to become successful or rich, we don't need to add things to our life. Instead, he believed that when we want to be successful and rich, we need to get rid of some things that aren't beneficial to us anymore. In this way, we can work on acquiring the things that will better benefit us in the future. It's common for many of us to be hesitant to seek a better future because we're afraid of losing the benefits that our current situation provides, such as a good career, a nice relationship, a wonderful city, and so much more. But according to Rockefeller's rule, we must attempt to shoot for the moon if that's what we truly desire. And we can't be fearful of losing what we currently have, because what if the future is far brighter than the present? But that doesn't mean we have to deprive ourselves of necessities. This rule explains that we must be thoughtful no matter what we aim for while thinking about a better future. Now, while these were just the first 2 rules of wealth by John D. Rockefeller, we're sure that number 1 will literally blow your mind. So stick around until the end. Rule number 8. Be mindful of your business ties. John D. Rockefeller told us, "A friendship founded on business is better than a business founded on friendship." Unlike others, Rockefeller thought differently about friendship and business. He believed that friendships built on business brought individuals with similar worldviews and evident commercial interests together. Those in business friendships, rooted in the same interests, get along well. It's reasonable to presume that both are in a position to support themselves and aren't struggling to survive. However, at the same time, Rockefeller also believed that businesses which began as friendships may run into a number of problems, so it's important to watch out with whom you choose to make your ties. Rule number 7. Work on your reputation. According to John D. Rockefeller, the most important thing for a young man is to establish a reputation. John D. Rockefeller believed that working on your reputation is crucial if you want to become wealthy and, most importantly, a successful, well-known human being. He believed that a person's reputation is his only asset, far more important than anything he could purchase from a shelf. And he isn't wrong about this in any way. Here, he also advised everyone to work hard on their character. Rockefeller believed that a person's character is a precious treasure we need to take care of. But the question arises, well, how do we do this? He explained that we can care for our reputation by making wise choices and enhancing our thought patterns daily. Generally speaking, your reputation is a great measure of your life. How someone thinks about you when they hear your name is the real deal. Do they think about you on good terms or bitter ones? Their perception, and most importantly, your actions, will determine your reputation. Remember, there is always time to work on yourself. So stop whatever you're doing right now, examine your actions and their impact on others. Always remember to listen to others and contemplate whether their suggestions or advice might benefit you in some way, or not. Always take someone's suggestion as a grain of salt. Like, yes, do ask others what change they'd like to see in you, but always consider whether that suggested change would be beneficial or not. Remember, it's not always necessary to accept criticism, unless, of course, it's critical feedback that can have a positive impact, transforming your life for the better, not the other way around. Rule number 6. Don't just focus on becoming rich. John D. Rockefeller said, if your only goal is to become rich, you'll never achieve it. You see, Rockefeller wasn't only the wealthiest man in America, he was also a great philanthropist. His rules about getting rich or successful always involved consideration for mankind. He believed that if we're not serving mankind, the wealth we're accumulating is useless. Further, he explained that if an individual lives with the exclusive goal of getting rich or having a 6- or 7-figure bank balance, then his goals will never end. Rockefeller thought that when we're making money and at the same time focusing on how to add value to society, that is the only way to truly become wealthy. This Rockefeller rule is backed up by another one of his sayings that goes, wealth is a byproduct of what we do. You become a slave to money if you pursue it just for its own sake. You must also have the intention of enhancing society in some way. The money will come to you if you create something superior, more affordable, or meet a societal need that has gone unaddressed. Otherwise, you'll spend so much time trying to earn that money, you'll eventually pass out from exhaustion as a worker. Rule number 5. Take control of your wealth. To quote John D. Rockefeller, the only question with wealth is what do you do with it? So, earning wealth and saving it in the bank isn't a big deal. More importantly, the greater question is, what are you going to do with the money you acquire? Rockefeller based his success on discipline and managing wealth the right way. He explained that a person who can manage his expenses in order to build savings is the actual rich person. You see, Rockefeller wasn't born into a rich family. He grew up on his mother's knowledge and teachings. His mother always schooled him on the rule of spending money based on his needs with an eye on saving. And this is the rule we all need to follow in our lives too. We spend passively without thinking about what an asset would be worth in the future or whether it'll bring profits for us in the long run. Be careful and thoughtful about what you spend and what you save. Study, learn, and acquire proper knowledge about assets before you invest in them. That's the only way Rockefeller and many other successful entrepreneurs became rich. We promised, rule number 1 will surely blow your mind. So let's introduce you to another mind-boggling rule of wealth by John D. Rockefeller. Rule number 4. Remember, patience is the key. John D. Rockefeller was a true believer in perseverance. According to him, if you want to acquire wealth, you must follow the perseverance rule. This essentially means reaching the finish line of the race that you're running. By doing so, you prepare yourself to conquer any challenge that stands in your way while achieving your goals. We as human beings are often tired of the daily hassle and get sidetracked. However, if we stick to the rule of perseverance, we can achieve the impossible. Moreover, when we accept perseverance and commit to always finishing what we start, we begin to find the silver linings amid the storm clouds. These positive perspectives help us reach that finish line and strengthens us as we decide to keep going despite any adversity. Rule number 3. Work hard and maintain a consistent routine. According to John D. Rockefeller, the secret of success is to get up early, work late, and strike oil. This rule clearly reveals that success is not a straight path free from hurdles. To become a successful person, you need to put the work in. Get up early and work late. Moreover, your work ethic should be strong enough to help you strike oil. In other words, win the race. However, this rule runs far deeper than just waking up early and working late. Rockefeller believed that to become successful, you have to go for it tirelessly. There is no instant gratification. You can't just be successful because you hope for it or wish for it. It's easy to celebrate when you strike oil, but nobody knows how many times your well ended up being dry previously, because that's not a story anyone cares about. When you start to appreciate the process of trying to get where you want, eventually you'll be dearly rewarded for the big risks you took. Work hard, stay focused, be present. When you eventually strike oil, you'll know it wasn't by chance or luck that you got there. It was your work ethic, persistence, and perseverance. Still, it's important to remember, never get disappointed by setbacks or failures. Instead, take those defeats as a lesson, then work on them to improve your outcomes further. Rule number 2. Be the best at what you do. According to John D. Rockefeller, the secret of success is to do the common things uncommonly well. Rockefeller knew a goal can be accomplished in a variety of methods, each of which requires a different amount of time and yields a different outcome. Naturally, we can opt for some conventional and straightforward approaches, but we can also select other approaches to judgment or action with unanticipated effects. Essentially, we should try to push ourselves to do the best we can given our limitations, even in the simplest of actions. To achieve or even surpass our objectives, we need to grasp unique opportunities and actively learn and master them. And finally, rule number 1, know the right time to make investments. To quote John D. Rockefeller, the way to make money is to buy when blood is running in the street. John D. Rockefeller always believed in making money when the street was flooded in blood. No, he didn't mean real blood. Here he refers to stock market losses when the graph goes red with precipitous drops. Always remember, when the markets are down, opportunity is everywhere. When the economy faces a downturn, many things can be purchased much more cheaply than before, most notably stocks and real estate. In this rule, Rockefeller explained an important strategy. The best time to make money is when everyone is bleeding from their losses, trying to sell their assets. This is the right time to take advantage. Buy low, then sell those same assets at a profitable value later. And this is one rule that other rich entrepreneurs like Warren Buffett agree with as well. As Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy. and greedy when others are fearful. Click here to learn from Warren Buffett as he meticulously explains how not to lose, but make more money during inflation.